You clicked because deep down you know something's off. They told you to behave, to sit still, to memorize, to repeat. But they never taught you to think, only how to follow. You weren't raised to ask why. You were trained to obey, and every time you agreed when you didn't, every truth you swallowed, every instinct you silenced, just to belong, you gave up a piece of yourself. Until one day, you wake up staring at a stranger in the mirror. That's not fate. That's programming. Nietzsche saw it all coming. Behind the madness, behind the fury, was a warning no one wanted to hear. Obedience kills the self. The crowd doesn't want thinkers. It wants mirrors. It doesn't want truth. It wants noise. They'll call you smart if you memorize. They'll reward you for repeating. But inside, you're hollow. You follow the script. You play the part. But the voice inside you is dying. Then comes pain. Most run from it. Nietzsche didn't. He walked toward it. Because pain reveals what comfort hides. What hurts you shows what owns you. What you fear shows what you're still clinging to. You medicate, you distract, but pain waits. It grows. And when it finally speaks, you either listen or it breaks you. Most people spend years running from pain only to end up broken anyway. And what about the crowd? It gives you identity, safety, belonging, but it's a trap. The crowd isn't wise. It's just loud. It doesn't think. It echoes. And by the time you realize you lived for their approval, you're already too far gone. A copy of a copy. To be free, you must disappoint the crowd, and most people aren't brave enough to do that until they have nothing left to lose. Kindness without strength, it's bait. They told you to be nice, to play small, to stay soft. But Nietzsche knew the weak are forced to lie. If you can't say no, if you can't protect your soul, then your kindness is submission. The world doesn't reward softness. It rewards power in silence, boundaries in action, truth without apology. And that brings us here. 5 truths, 5 traps, each one you were never warned about till it was too late. But this is just the beginning. Because the next truths, they're darker. They explain why your habits collapse, why people leave when you succeed, and why your own shadow wants you to fail. You ready? The truth doesn't break you. The lies you believed, that's what hurts. You are told to hide your anger, your jealousy, your shame. And like Jung later echoed, Nietzsche saw the cost. Because when you lock away your shadow, it doesn't die, it festers. The more you suppress, the louder it whispers. It hijacks your tone, twists your choices, wrecks your peace, and waits until one day you explode and destroy what you love. The shadow isn't your enemy, it's your warning. The unloved child in the basement, ignored alone, screaming through your actions. Face it, hear it, make it your ally, or let it burn your life from the inside out. Truth 9. People-pleasing kills clarity. It looks kind. It feels safe, but it's not love. It's fear. Fear of rejection, of silence, of being alone. You mold yourself into a version they'll clap for, but they don't see you, only your mask. And when you finally show your truth, they flinch, they pull back, because they never knew the real you, only the performance. Truth 10. You can do everything right and still feel empty. Get the degree, find the job, marry the partner, smile in the photos, but if it's not yours, it won't fill you. You were promised happiness for obeying, but what you got was quiet, despair. And when you finally ask, why don't I feel whole? You're buried under decades of pretending, not too late, but heavy, so heavy. Truth 11. Meaning is rare. Attention is cheap. Likes, followers' applause. They feel like purpose, but they're just noise. When the spotlight fades, will you still like who's in the dark? Nietzsche didn't care who watched. He cared who listened. He knew. You don't build meaning from being seen. You build it from seeing yourself fully alone and still choosing to speak. Truth 12. Death doesn't steal. It strips away lies. It asks, if you had to relive this exact life forever, would you? Most people whisper no, and that's the real tragedy. Because when death finally shows its face, the questions hit harder than fear. Am I spending or wasting? Am I performing love or giving it? Am I alive or just existing? Truth 13. Freedom will cost you everything fake. Not some things. Everything. Your false friends, your filtered self, your need to be liked, your comfort. Gone. Real freedom isn't gifted, it's taken. And most people flirt with it, dip a toe, then panic when the mask starts to peel, because the familiar, even when it's killing you, still feels safer than the unknown. You've now heard 13 truths, 13 razor-edged realizations. People learn too late. Nietzsche didn't whisper these to shame you. He screamed them to wake you. Because every truth is a fork in the road. Ignore them and drift. Live them and begin. And maybe you're not ready to change everything. That's okay. Awareness always comes before action. But if even one truth hits you in the chest, don't numb it. Don't scroll away. Let it burn. That fire, that's you waking up.